You already know this is about to be stupid.
Range. I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your phase me. I took a sip, I'm not acting my age. I took a trip, now they got me on stage. How about the range? How about the range? Whoa, this a new range, new page. Got me in a new country, new stage. I ain't signed no deal, I'm too paid. I do not have chill, I'm too crazy. I do not take L's, I'm too Brady. I might be frosted, I'm not flaky. Don't know what it cost me, it's all gravy. Turn on that faucet and just pay me. Whoa, we gon' get it, bring it back. Maybe Donald is a Mac. Couple bottles, empty glass. New machine, I'm sending facts. Bump the headline, check the facts. I'm not a gangster, but I'm a gorilla. Hop on them drums when I'm feeling J Dilla. Come get your lady, cause I'm a just stiller.
How about the range? Whoa. Hey, yeah, I'm feeling strange. Whoa.
How about the range? I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your phase me. I took a sip, I'm not acting my age. I took a trip, now they got me on stage. How about the range? How about the range? Whoa, there's no comparison. Black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't have mentioned it. That's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send him my sentiments. Neck full of sediments. Caught me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Dropped an investment in Silicon Valley. All of this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just scoot to Miami. Drums are so loud that they break in the chassis. King of the grass like a Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors that labels as testing.
How about the range? Whoa. Hey, yeah, I'm feeling strange. Whoa.
How about the range? I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your phase me. I took a sip, I'm not acting my age. I took a trip, now they got me on stage. How about the range? How about the range? Whoa. How about the range? I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your phase me.
How about the range? Whoa. Hey, yeah, I'm feeling strange. Whoa.
Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new height with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas, they using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda of fusing them. Nigga, we losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them, that's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. I just wanna win on the low, like. You making demands, I said, whoa. I just wanna win on the low, like. Ask me where I've been, I said, whoa. You making demands, I said, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said, whoa. I just wanna win on the low. Ask me where I've been, I said, don't know. You making demands, I said, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no, hey, yeah, whoa. My soul is stuck between dark and the light, it's like playing some musical chairs. They kicked me out, so I started a life, made a bag that was bigger than theirs. I win and I lose and I win and again, I can see why they think that's unfair. We putting the work and we making them bends, to be honest, I don't really share. You rolling with hitters, I don't understand. You killing good people, that wasn't the plan. Round up the game, come get your mans. He selling his soul for a couple of bands. I opened his eyes, lifted a hand. As far as you see, this is all of my land. Cause I've been through hell, then I came back. That's the one reason I don't give a damn. Whoa, devil knocked and I buzz him in. This is life with the son of man. Poured a drink, half a dozen in. Threw my head for a sudden spin. Sad story with my violin.
He's heating up.
To pile in. All these peasants
He's
are the
heating up.
violence. Two-faced, thought you had
He's
a
on
twin.
fire.
I just wanna win on the low. Ask me where I've been, I said don't know.
Boom shakalaka.
Making demands, I said whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no.
The more you
I
hate
just
me, the
wanna
more you
win
will
on
learn.
the low. Ask me where I've been, I said don't know.
I got hairy legs.
You making demands, I said whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no.
You switch the samples.
You're insane, gold member!
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Get off your ass and go to the fucking gym right now.
You have no power here.
Go to the fucking gym. You look great.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole, Norma.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 99 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beescast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting K2, flexing on all you be. All right, fam, we are in the middle of a thunderstorm, so hopefully the episode won't cut out. If it does, we'll see you tomorrow. But of course, we have some awesome Swole Fam posts, and we got some brand new releases. We got new merch. And of course, tonight, we're going to start a little bit earlier. That way we can get some sleep. We're starting the Signature Series release at 10 p.m. Again, that's 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm just going to jump to that release before we get into the Swole Fan posts. Tonight at 10 p.m. So it's usually midnight to midnight. We're going to make it a little bit easier for you to pick it up yourself. You could just wait until the daytime tomorrow. But it's going to go from 10 p.m. until 10 a.m. on Wednesday. So a little bit more than 24 hours this time, just so we don't have to be up at midnight changing it because we're on Eastern time. So check that out, swolenormousx.com/signature. It's a mystery design. We have the last one going out. We have a lot of Swole cards going out. So very exciting. This one's extra lit. P3SX is absolutely fucking fire. So you got a lot to look forward to. We are coming up on episode 3000, and we release a brand new Signature Series that's available for purchase every 100 episodes. This is the 11th one. We started it on episode 2000, and now we're on episode 3000. So very exciting, and you can pick that up tonight at 10 p.m. swolenormousx.com/signature. Now let's get into the Swole Fam post. Let me just change the sidebar because today is a little bit different than normal. We don't have any. We'll take some questions and stuff. We'll take some questions, but we're just getting into Swole Fam posts. I asked everyone, what are you going to do to make this week amazing? And I really want specifics, so we're going to skip the ones that are vague, and we're going to get right into the nitty gritty. So I hope hopefully you're ready to have an amazing week. Let's get into those Swole Fam responses via Swole text. Let's get into the first comment. What are you doing to make your week amazing? Diana says, I'm going to find a gym in my new town and go hiking 3 days and do ab work in my Airbnb 3 days. Genevieve says, planning on making this week amazing by enjoying some lounging time by the pool. Fam and I are on holiday and heading to a resort. I've been super disciplined always and seeing through a mini cut to the end at the moment, not planning to overindulge on food and alcohol, but perhaps company and good laughs instead. Focusing also on some good recovery and stress reduction as I reverse out of this cut. Gained a solid 8 pounds of muscle the past 10 months. For that, I'm super proud. Wasn't easy, but I took on every workout and meal like a champ. I can do hard things, and I'm doing them amongst work, parenting, holidays, and life. XO. Love it. Hannah says, I'm tracking my meals so I have a better idea of what I'm eating and what I need. I agree. You can't do that without knowing what you're actually doing. Leslie says, just finished meal prepping for my working days, writing out my workout schedule for the week. New goal is to incorporate mobility and yoga on my non-lifting days. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Jump into one of those express classes or a Swollen 7 mobility to make sure that you build that habit. Mike says, I'm going to go full carnivore on my nutrition pillar and switch my training to a mix of maximum swole and volume to give myself a, quote, jump start. Mike, I'm not sure what you... I don't know what that means. I don't know what don't mix them. I would not mix Maximum Swole. Please do not mix them because that's bastardizing Maximum Swole. I understand maybe what you're trying to do. I don't know exactly what your goals are, Mike, or which Mike this is, but do Maximum Swole because Maximum Swole isn't Maximum Swole if you are doing volume. So you can get everything that you want. You don't need a jump start. That's kind of like having a cleanse. That stuff. You don't need a jump start. What you need to do is start something that you're going to be consistent with. So I highly recommend if you're going to do Maximum Swole, do Maximum Swole, which is very specific and has nothing to do with volume in the sense. So make sure that you are going in, or you're going to get, if you're not going all in on that, then you're going to get sub-average results. So make sure you're not mixing those because that defeats the purpose of it. Just some thoughts right there. A little vague response, but getting, need some more context. So Mike, if you want to jump in the chat and stuff like that and follow up on that. Riley says this week is in the office, so I want to stretch every hour on the hour for 5 minutes. Good. Maybe make it 7 and do one of those swollen 7 mobilities. Good for you. Robert says, well, had a sleep study. I have sleep apnea. I'm going to get the CPAP and get better sleep there for better recovery and eat less. Focus on the quality of the foods. Don't worry so much about eating less. That will be a byproduct of more nutrient-dense food. And of course, if you get rid of those inflammatory foods, you're probably not going to need all those extra things for the sleep. Usually when you have terrible sleep, it's because of obesity, it's because of inflammatory foods, because of allergies, because of poor sleeping patterns and all that type of stuff. Also, you can maybe check your house, do like a mold test, make sure that you don't have any mold. It depends on where you're living. If you have a new build or something like that, something to look into. Also, if you have sleep issues, very common. Will, my gym X-Sport got bought out by LA Fitness. I'm sorry to hear that. LA Fitness blows. And now my membership is good at all LA Fitnesses. I now have a gym 5 minutes from home, so there's even less room for excuses. Good shit. I used to go to LA Fitness. They bought out the Bally's that I used to work at back, this was 20 years ago. But definitely, if you have a membership, like a national membership, and you travel a lot or stuff like that, I mean, they're everywhere. So no matter where you train, as long as you have a gym membership or access, it doesn't really matter what gym it is, whether it's Purple Planet or LA Fitness. But definitely no excuses. Definitely no excuses. Oh, Mike's in the Telegram chat. Mike says, we'll just do Maximum Swole then. I'm going to push myself hard. Just remember that Maximum Swole, the whole point is training intensely, but if you're training intensely, you have to adjust the volume. So just be careful because like I've been saying in the Swolosophy episodes over the weekends, you have to be very careful with your volume. And trust me, if you're doing a mix of Maximum Swole and you're trying to do Maximum Swole and you're mixing it with volume, you're going to tend to do too much volume and you're going to exhaust yourself. The whole point of Maximum Swole is to really learn what true training intensity is and adjusting the volume to match that intensity, which is a challenge. I'm still tweaking it. I still tweak mine. I still adjust it on the fly. So you really have to learn about that. If you're mixing both, you're going to overdo it because the whole principle of Maximum Swole is to drop the volume because of how intensely you're training. If you're doing 4 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 12 to 15, you're not training that intensely, and or you're just exhausting yourself far beyond what's required to build muscle. So good stuff. I think you'll like Maximum Swole. Remember, you start with, for example, 1 set for the exercise, and if you absolutely need more volume, depending on what you're doing, if you absolutely need more volume, or you can try it, you increase by 1 set overall. So just to follow up on that, remember, it's not about the sets per body part. It is, but it's really more about the total net stimulus of those sets. So what you all need to think about is it's not so much, oh, I did 3 sets for chest or 4 sets for chest. What's important is how many total intense sets are you doing, period. So if you're doing an upper body day, you're doing a chest day or a push day, whatever the hell it is, how many total sets are you doing? Are you doing 6 total sets like overall? Or are you doing 3 sets overall? Are you doing 12 sets for everything upper body? Are you doing 12 sets for legs? It's not just how many sets for quads or for hamstrings or for glutes. It's the total number of sets because that's your overall fatigue. All right. Are we ready for some releases? Yeah, it's raining hard. We're going to keep on going. So hopefully you guys get connection. If not, you can check out the replay. Let's get into some of those releases before we lose power or something. All right. And you don't have to do a hashtag AskPapaSwolio for responding. I got you.
Only use that if you have a question. Okay, let's see. Let's get into some releases. Are you ready? If you have questions, you could drop in the chat. If you actually have a question, drop in the chat, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. I will take a couple questions, but we're getting to some of those new releases, and then we're out. So make sure that you drop your questions if you have them in the comments down below. We'll take a couple, maybe not every single one, but ones that come through, drop in the chat. All right. As a lot of you know, we have a lot of work to do, and we're working hard on getting the app released. So we're going to have some new sections. We're going to be really putting out a lot of great content for people that like to cook their meals in advance, like bulk meal prep. So a lot of these recipes are still right on, and bulk meal prep can also be for cooking for your family. So some of you maybe cook for yourself. That's easy. If you're cooking for 3 people for the week or 4 people and you want to cook a couple days in advance, it's a whole different dynamic in the kitchen. If you cook a lot of food, and those of you that have families, you know you're cooking for multiple people, it's not the same thing as, hey, I'm making a little food for myself. The whole kitchen's taken up. You got to have multiple things going at the same time. You want to make sure the timing is down. You don't want to burn one thing while you're paying attention to something else. You have to make sure that you're juggling things a little bit differently. So we got some new releases.
What's in the box?
And of course, you can get access to all the content, get ground level if you are a member. Only if you're a member over at swolenormousx.com will you get access to the initial beta release of the app when it launches. So make sure that you're signing up now over at swolenormousx.com. Join the fam. That way you get notified first when you're able to start testing the app. It's going to be great. First release, roasted sweet potatoes. Very simple, very straightforward.
I give it a
Everyone likes some sweet peats. Tainty Man, church likes the sweet potatoes. I'll eat those on occasion. So how to make a bunch of sweet potatoes at once. Very, very simple. Best way to make sweet potatoes is throw them in the oven, usually at like 400 for like 45 minutes or whatever, depending on how large they are. But easy to make roasted sweet potatoes. This recipe might be chopping them up in this way and the other. So there's a lot of different ways to make them. Great way to get your carbs in advance and make them for the week. We also have Instant Pot shredded chicken. So if you want to make a lot of chicken at once, and a lot of you do, this is something that you can do. And again, there's a lot of foods that just based on how you make it, whether you shred it, whether you chop it up, it can be great finger food. You can eat it. You don't have to use a fork and a knife. You can just use a fork. If you're in the car or you're on a quick break at work, you can just shove some shredded chicken in your mouth. It's easy to chew. It's easy to eat. And you can even grab it with your fingers or whatever it is. So this is a great way to make the food that you normally would eat at home, or sit there with a knife and fork, and you can make it a little bit more dynamic, and it packs really easily too. So a good option for those of you that like vegetables, because chicken's a vegetable, by the way. Chicken's a vegetable if you didn't know that.
Truth over facts.
Eat your veggies, get your chicken in, fam. All right, and for those of you that like to swing a big pair of balls or big pair of tatters. I don't know what that's to do with anything. But if you want to make some sick fucking gains, enjoy some bulk meal prep. Flat iron steak. Let's go. Enough with the vegetables. Enough with the vegetables.
You switch the samples.
Let's get some steak. All right, fam. We got chicken, we got steak, we got sweet potatoes. So some great bulk meal prep recipes. And a lot of you might know how to do this already. You might have your own flow. Again, the recipes are just to give you some ideas and some strategies. And then once you get your flow in your kitchen with things that you like, that you want to be consistent with, just keep on doing that. Find what works and keep on doing it. So good stuff. All right, we got a couple featured workouts. And again, these are going to be featured on the home screen of the app. So you're going to have a featured section, and these are literally classes and workouts that we're putting a spotlight on from week to week or whenever we want to. So we're going to have a featured section in our app, and we are starting it off with Free Your Shoulders Express with Genevieve. We also have Swollen 7 Core Round 5, and we also have Total Acceleration 1. So these are great featured classes and workouts for the week. You can find them in the featured section inside your account. But of course, once the Swole Marmots app is live, you'll open it up and you'll see the featured classes and new releases and all the stuff on your homepage. So it's going to be really cool and easy to see what we're featuring for the week. So you'll find these in other sections in the app and in Swole Marmots X, but we like to put a spotlight on certain ones. That way you can try things without having to search for them and see what we are pushing out this week and putting a little highlight on. And especially when people start asking us questions we start getting a lot of questions about certain things. Maybe a lot of knee mobility questions come in for the week. And then, of course, we're going to probably feature a knee mobility masterclass or a legs or lower body yoga express, something like that. So that's the reasoning behind a lot of these features, is when we get a lot of questions focusing on certain things, we figure, this is trending for whatever reason. Everyone hurt their knee or has back pain or something on a certain day. So good stuff. All right, we got a brand new yoga class, and we have an epic new release for merch. Any other questions? You got questions? Drop in the comments. We're about to wrap up. I know the service or whatever is a little bit choppy. It's storming like crazy, thunder, lightning, and all that stuff. So I'm still glad we're live. So let's keep on crushing through it. If you have a question, drop in the chat, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow for another episode. And we have our roundtable from last week, last Thursday, is available. If you missed it, you can go and check that out, swolenormousx.com. So let's get into the new yoga class. And again, last chance to get some questions in.
What's in the
if
box?
you have a question to ask me. New class from Alex. Another of the favorite Express classes, Yin with Twists. Yin with Twists. Oh, that's great. That's great. Express classes are fantastic. They're usually about 30 minutes or so. So, I mean, across the board. And what's cool is if you, of course, need a specific time when we have the app launch, you're actually going to be able to search for things based on time. So you can have a slider and you could pick something, hey, find classes that maybe are within 20 to 25 minutes. If we have any, they'll pop up. So you can choose like a range of time. But express classes are usually under 30 or 35 minutes or so, 30 minutes, give or take. So if you're trying to get into a flow with yoga, pun intended, if you're trying to get that into your routine, again, like anything you want to build in terms of a habit, you don't start off with an hour class. You're going to start off with something like a Swollen 7 mobility or a Swolga or a express yoga class. So Yin with Twists, great class. This is going to be great after a leg day, on an off day, in the evening, anytime you want to dig into those hips a little bit. Oh, the rain, the thunder stopped a little bit. So that's fantastic. All right, we got one more merch release. And again, any questions that come through, now's the time to ask, and then we'll wrap up. And then, of course, tomorrow we're back to our normally scheduled content. We got a lot of balls deep stuff to go over. There's a lot of stuff going on, obviously. So anyway, another thing the other day people were asking or mentioning, I think it was in the roundtable, people were talking about how the jojoba oil, they get itchy. Some people have allergies to stuff. I mean, that's from a seed. So if you have issues with jojoba oil, just use tallow. Use like a beef tallow product. Like we have those in the store also, I believe. So it's unfortunate because jojoba oil is amazing. I think it's the oil that most closely mimics the oil secreted by the body for the skin. But if you're itchy, just swap it out with tallow. Not a problem. And also, when you change your nutrition, you improve your nutrition, you might find that actually goes away. So
We hold these truths to be
I
self-evident.
didn't mean to hit that.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Well, thank fucking God we probably don't have to hear that voice anymore, but sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. It was meant to be. So tallow would be a good option, but Mama Swolio used to get like her feet was itchy if she stepped on wet grass, and it doesn't happen anymore because she started grounding more and walking around barefoot more. So you kind of expose yourself to certain things, your body will actually maybe get past it. And also if you get rid of and improve your nutrition, you might actually start finding that things that you might have had irritations or issues with before stop. But everyone's different. But tallow is a great option. Get some grass-fed tallow. Comes in like these small little glass tins and stuff, and it's great. Or maybe it's just the amount that you're using. So I like to use the tallow and mix it with jojoba oil. So you can mix it too. So maybe it's just how much. Maybe you just want to cut it with some tallow. Maybe just having a little bit of jojoba isn't that bad. So you can try that, and if still, then you can swap it out. Let's see here. Ben's Quisson. Papa Swolio, can I still lose weight and still eat the cravings I like? I bake my own pizza 1 or 2 times a month, and I eat fast food 1 or 2 times a month. Should I cut them off completely? Not benefiting you. Making your own food, I mean, can still be garbage if you're using flour and ultra-processed stuff. I mean, fast food is dog shit. It's just straight up, is it going to kill you? No. Can you still lose weight? Sure, that's going to be calorie balance, but you're also getting inflammation and other issues. And it's keeping one foot in the indulgence. It's like, you have some sort of an addiction to cigarettes or alcohol or drugs or something, and you kind of keep one foot in the door. So these questions are kind of like looking for a justification to keep bad habits around. So that's up to you, but it's just objectively true. It's not a good habit. It's not helping you. It's not good for you. Can you get away with it? Can you survive? Can you? Sure. I could probably eat garbage a couple times and not see maybe that much of a difference. I know I'm going to feel like shit. You might have breakouts. You might have other issues. If you haven't tried an elimination diet, I would do that first. And honestly, if you're eating quality food for long enough, these cravings go away. The more you learn about what's in these foods and what they actually do to your body, the less you want to have anything to do with them. So, in terms of should I cut them off completely? It's your life. It's your life. So I'm just telling you that what you're trying to do is justify these bad habits, and you know that they're bad habits. So I'll let you do with that information as you will. Making food at home, I can make my own ice cream. That's not even close to like, it's so much better than the shit you'll buy in the store. So making your own pizza, I mean, you can still use garbage ingredients. So just making stuff at home doesn't mean that you're making it better, because there's a lot of issues with like the flour that you're going to use and stuff like that. But you can definitely do a better job if you use better ingredients. And I really, so you're asking a question that's like, yes, but I know what the question is geared towards. So you have to understand what you're asking, what you're really trying to do. And the more you follow the 7 pillars and the more you remove these things, the less they taste as good because you see the contrast. When you grow up eating garbage, and I did, I ate a lot of crap. I've eaten a lot of crap in my life. It's not like I have never eaten McDonald's or something like that. So I understand why people have those addictions, because it's made to be addictive. And when you understand these foods are created so you have this compulsion, you have to cheat and you have to eat it. That's why. They're made to be addictive. These foods are made so when you drive by and you smell that shit, you're like, oh my God, I have this craving. Think about what that is. You have this craving that's just like this. It's deep down. That's what an addiction feels like. It's what withdrawal feels like. So you shouldn't be having cravings. If you're having cravings, there's something wrong. If you're hungry, well, you're hungry for food, and that makes sense. You're supposed to be hungry. But a craving is as a result of an addiction in most cases. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You can make burgers at home, right? If you want to make fast food, you can make burgers. Make delicious burgers at home. Have you seen these videos of what a Big Mac and McDonald's patties are? Because it's called shrinkflation, right? They're charging you the same or more and giving you less. It's like a thin, paper thin, fake ass burger with all this other crap on it. It's disgusting. You're just wasting money. That's my thing. You're wasting money and it's not helping you. That's what's frustrating, how much you pay for shit. So people will spend $15 when they go and get fast food at like a Wendy's. Jesus Christ, that's 2 pounds of grass-fed beef, and you could just make it. Make food. You're hungry. Eat real food. If you're eating real food, you're going to be full. And plus, when you have these cravings, understand that that's as a result of habits, and that's also you not being in control of your life. So there's an agency there too that's frustrating, and it's like being led, like being walked like a dog. Like, here, you want this, don't you? Oh yeah, I do. Oh, it smells good. Let me eat that. You see a commercial. Oh, that looks so good. I have a craving. You're programmed. So also it's repulsive even just from the manipulation and the, I don't know. I just see it as another layer of evil. Make your own food. Make your own food. It's actually cheaper. So anyway, should you? That's your choice. But in my opinion, the more information you obtain and the better you do over time, it just makes less and less and less. You just can't make logical sense out of it. It's just a way to excuse a terrible habit. And a lot of people are looking for that. And there are fitness, quote, influencers out there. They'll be like, it's okay. You know, Adam says, do you think diet soda is okay? Diet soda is literal. There's this weird shit online with people that are supposedly educated that are justifying diet soda. How can you actually, with a straight face, say, yeah, that's good, that's okay, it's no calories? First off, it's disgusting. You're just drinking literally just chemical water with artificial sweeteners. For fuck's sake, eat a piece of fruit. Drink some electrolytes. Drink some seltzer water and squeeze a little lemon in there if you need the bubbles. Oh, you need the bubbles. So anyway, fuck all that shit, man. That's my opinion. You can like it or not like it, but it's an addiction. And when you start looking, and here's the thing, it's not comfortable because people, right? What's the first step, right? Or what's the first step of AA? What is it? Like admitting you have a problem? Is that the first step? Just think about how hard someone to look at themselves and be like, I'm an addict. I'm addicted to this. Like you have to acknowledge that. And a lot of people don't want to do that. But if you start looking at, because what do we get all the time? What do we get all the time in terms of questions? How do I stop these cravings? I have cravings at night. I have cravings for this. People are what they don't realize that they're asking questions is how can they stop their addiction? So when you start looking at this in terms of an addiction, not, oh, I have a craving. No, it's an addiction. Then you address it differently. You have to address it as it really is. But people don't want to admit that they're addicted to something. They don't want to admit that they have a problem. So that's why. That's why it's phrased differently. That's why it's called a cheat meal. Do you guys call, let me just take some heroin. Let me just do a little meth. That's like a cheat meal. Let me just smoke a pack of Marlboros. Yeah, it's a cheat meal. Think about that. You wouldn't consider that a cheat meal. So a cheat meal or carb cycling or I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Cheat meal, it's like you've been given this blanket excuse card. And people use it all the time and pretend like it's something different than what it really is. So you are addicted to a drug that's manufactured and designed a certain way to get you to compulsively crave it and want it. And when you don't drink it or you don't eat it, this is why you have maybe headaches, or you're just, oh, I need a soda, or I need fast food, or I need a pizza, because you're addicted to it. That's not a craving. That's an addiction. That's withdrawal. And until you get that fix, you're freaking out. Like, I need that. I need that, man. If you eat real nutrient-dense food and you give yourself enough space from that and you eat other things that satisfy those needs, you look at it differently. So again, if you look at it in terms of an addiction, it's framed differently. Oh, it's a different perspective. But of course, oh, I'm extreme, or I'm what do you call it? Orthorexic, or I'm being too intense. You only live once. Oh, I'm the bad person. Sure. I'm used to having an opinion that most fat, lazy fucks don't agree with. So it's nothing new. Oh, a fat, lazy person is going to be like trying to justify their addictions. Yeah, I get it. A crackhead's going to justify them doing crack. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, but you only live once. It's my cheat meal. It's not going to... Yeah, okay. Cool. Your opinion's not really valid. So again, you can frame it differently, but the facts still remain. So again, the more information, and I'm not expecting all of you, look, this is episode 3000 almost. So been doing this for a long time, been reading this stuff for a long time, been testing these things for a long time, been experiencing this myself. Why do you think I leave the videos up on YouTube and everywhere of me eating Sour Patch Kids? I used to eat bags of that shit. Yeah, it's garbage. I'm not pretending like I'm a fucking saint and I've never eaten shit. I just know what it's like to eat that shit and then stop cold turkey and never go back and just, it's not real food. You justify it in many different ways. Oh, sugar before the gym. I'm going to get a sugar pump. The fuck? Eat a banana. Have an apple. It's not like a thing. All right. You don't need candy mid-workout. That's retarded. Okay. You need electrolytes. You need proper food. You shouldn't be eating while you're training. It's like, go to the fucking gym. Focus on that. You don't need Sour Patch Kids to lift heavy fucking weights. And I was lean, right? I could see my abs. So you justify things because you look a certain way. The more you learn and the more you understand, and this is why we always like to explain why you do these things. I explain why I make these choices because there's a reason. So it's easier for me. I'm not sticking, Papa Soy, how are you so consistent? How do you stick to your diet? I don't think of it as sticking to my nutrition. I just don't look at everything as food like most people do. A lot of people will be like, oh, this is food. I drive by and we see all these things like Hungry Howie's and Subway. That is not food. I don't look at these places as an option to consume. So I see these restaurants. I'm like, what are the? And we're driving. We're doing something recently. I'm talking to Mama Swole. I'm like, how do these places stay in business? One, they don't. Bidenomics at its worst. But like, who's going to all these places? And people just don't make their own food. They just eat garbage all the time. So I don't look at it as food. I look at that shit the same way I look at not just a carrot, but I look at this stuffed animal thing. Like, it's as edible as this. You know, this is not edible. So I don't look at that food as edible because it's not food. And the more you learn, the more you realize about that. You just want food. I eat as much as I possibly can of the food that works best for me. Are you hungry? Sure. You want to binge eat? Fucking binge eat. Get yourself some grass-fed beef. Cook it up. Cook 2 pounds of grass-fed beef. Put whatever you want and just eat as much as you possibly can. Good luck. Good luck overeating. You're going to eat once and be like, I don't want to eat for the rest of the day because you're actually full of nutrition. And when you realize the actual function of food, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy your food. Quite the opposite. Well, I don't want to be restrictive. I want to enjoy my food. The fuck are you talking about? Are you still on this chicken and rice plain? This plain chicken and rice garbage with like microwaved broccoli? Is that what you think eating properly for the gym is? Are we still on that shit where you're eating plain, no fat, bland fucking food and you're eating leaves and trees? Is that what people think is healthy food? You know, if you're eating beef or eggs, you know, a lot of fat, good quality carbohydrate, you're just full. You're just full. Eat as much as you want. Here's delicious food. Stuff your fucking face. Try it. Try to overeat so you get fat. Try to overeat on just beef. Forget the carbs. If you want to just eat protein and fat, stuff yourself until you can't think. And then where you can have a little bit of fruit, you're full. It's called being full. Welcome to being a human. You're supposed to feel full. And it takes longer to eat nutrient-dense food, so you're less likely to overeat and you actually reach satiety before you consume 3,000 calories of sugar water. All right, good rant. Let's see. Jen says, this is exactly what I was telling my daughter last night. It's all addiction to the chemicals in those processed foods. You cheat yourself by cheating and giving your body bullshit. Well, these foods and these chemicals and what they add to these foods are designed to make you, they're designed to quell your satiety mechanism. So you stay hungry longer and it takes longer to get full. So by the time you actually feel full, you've overconsumed 1,000 calories. How easy is it to eat a McDonald's burger and fries soaked in vegetable oil and sugar water soda? By the time you drink all that, that's why you get more full. And then 10 minutes after you eat, oh my God, I feel disgusting because you ate 3,000 fucking calories in 15 minutes. You're not going to eat 3,000 calories of steak. You're just not going to. Unless you will eat 3,000 calories of steak if you ate like 3 pounds of meat. Good luck with that. Good luck. Was the best approach to overcome such food addiction? Do an elimination diet and learn, educate yourself. But you need to, chances, a lot of times people aren't hydrated. Look, you're going to have more cravings. You're going to have more issues with these types of impulses if you are not sleeping well, not getting enough electrolytes in, just not hydrating enough. So sleep and hydration is paramount. So one, these other foods don't keep you as satiated as long. So if you're eating fast food, you get hungry. How do you get hungry pretty soon after eating fast food and you want more? It's because you're not getting nutrient-dense food. You're not getting micronutrients. And these foods just really fuck up your, like these insulin roller coasters, like you go crazy and then you crash, so you actually want more. If you're eating nutrient-dense food, you just get full and you're full for an extended period of time. That's why a lot of people have trouble bulking when they're eating carnivore or animal-based, eating a lot of steak and maybe white rice and some fruit and eggs and beef tallow and stuff like that, because you actually stay full longer. So you have to spread it out. You need more frequent, smaller meals because it's hard to get in that many calories. You eat as much as you can on one meal. You might be one meal a day because you're just going to be full. So anyway, overcoming the addiction is like anything else. You need time, you need distance away from it, but you also need to replace it with the proper things. If you're chronically sleep deprived, you're going to have a lot of sugar cravings. If you don't have enough electrolytes and hydration, water plus and electrolytes, you're going to have cravings. You're going to have a lot more cravings. Blue light at night, right? People are chronically exhausted and overstimulated. And think about the compulsion to every time you watch TV is to be eating something. You go to the movies, you have to have this garbage food. So you're shoving food and sugar in your face when you're watching a movie. You go to the movie theaters, it's popcorn. It's ultra processed garbage because you have to watch a screen and just mindlessly shove stuff in your fucking face. It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. So people don't realize how much they zone out and they're kind of hypnotized and how they just stuff garbage in their mouth. Why do you think all this ultra processed food is like finger food? It's all candy, protein bars, all that, that's all shit. That's really all shit. All the stuff that, chips, it's all finger food. It's all easy to consume. It's all easy to consume, easy to eat, and easy to eat a lot of. And it's hard to get full. And the reason why it's because they combine sugar, salt, and fat, which comes from vegetable oils, which is inflammatory to begin with. So you get fat in the wrong kind, polyunsaturated fats, the wrong kind. Then you're getting a lot of sodium, and then you're also getting sugar. So they put this combination in chips. Like, why do you have sugar and why do you have vegetable oils, right? When you look at Oreos, you have a lot of salt, a lot of fat, and a lot of sugar. You don't think of it as salty, but you don't really taste it, but it's there, and it's there so your brain, you kind of hit that bliss point. That's what it's called, bliss point, where you just compulsively keep on eating. You can't stop because your body's going back and forth trying to stack as many calories, and you need fat. You want salt. Your body wants salt. It wants fat. It wants carbohydrates, but you're eating ultra processed versions of those. If you want real fat, tallow, eggs, butter. Hard to eat a lot of it. Very satisfying. A lot of quality fats. Salt. Sure. You get some sea salt. You don't just need, sodium chloride. You want to make sure use a sea salt. Use like Redmond real salt or Celtic sea salt. You're getting a lot of other minerals in there as well. And you just don't want sodium. You want potassium. You also want magnesium. And then in terms of sugar, you're eating fruit. Like you're not normally getting, if you're eating any kind of food, think about it. You're eating meat. You're not putting sugar on it. You're eating meat and salt. So it's protein, fat, and salt. When you start adding sugar into the mix, that's when you compulsively overeat. Like if you have too much rice or you're eating rice with the steak, that's why you kind of go back and forth and you eat a little bit more and then you get really, really full. Fill up on the protein, fat, and the salt, and then you can dabble with a little bit of carbs. But that's why people have these cravings for sugar afterwards. Your body's like, hey, let's fill up this vertical. Let's get more of this. And people go compulsively back and forth to sweet and then salty and then to sweet and then salty. But that's why. That's why they put all these things in one food and you compulsively overeat. Again, I'm not making this up. It's not a conspiracy. It's literally designed. With food science, they spend millions and millions of dollars. These junk foods are not just put on the market. From everything from where they are in the store, to the packaging, to the colors, to the texture, the taste, everything is down to an absolute fucking science to get you to buy and buy and buy and eat and eat and eat. That's all it is. They make it as easy to eat and hard to stop eating. And they tell you, their slogans are, hey, you're going to be addicted. Lay's, bet you can't eat just one. Pringles, you can't, or pop until you don't pop, or what, you can't stop, pop until you can't stop, or whatever the fuck it is. They tell you, hey, bet you can't eat just one, bet you can't stop eating, you're going to be addicted. They're just telling you to your face. So until you get like pissed off and you start rejecting this shit, you're just going to continue to be a pawn. All right, hashtag 7 pillars. Man, we're getting fucking throttled like crazy. Well, hydration and proper sleep, that's part of it. And also getting these garbage foods out of your environment. If you have them in your house, you're going to keep on eating that shit. So this is what people need to do. They need to remove them from their environment. All right. Are you ready? We got new merch. I'm going to wait for that throttle to stop. So hopefully it stops skipping. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, internet. This isn't Rumble. There must be lines down and stuff like that. It's so bad outside. It's so bad. So let's wrap this up. Fam, are you ready for a new release? Who's ready? Merch. Merch. Come on, bam. All right, merch time. In 3, 2, 1. Brand new. Still, by the way, we still have 20% off everything over at papaswolio.com. New merch drop.
What's in the box?
I will meet you, fam. I will meet you. I know you want, I tell you to go to the fucking gym. So I tell you what, I tell you to go to the fucking gym. I want you to go to the fucking gym, but you don't know you don't know how to get there. I say, go to the fucking gym. You do not know how to get there. So I'm going to help you. I will meet you and we'll go together. All right. I'll meet you at the gym. I'll meet you here and then we'll go together at the gym. All right. Where do we meet, Papa? Where are we going to meet? We're going to meet at a KFC? Fuck no. We're going to meet at a Subway? Fuck no. Meet at a Wendy's? Fuck no. I will meet you at the corner of shut the fuck up and go to the fucking gym. I'll meet you at the corner. I'll meet you at the corner. I'll see you guys there. All right? Shut the fuck up, Av, and go to the fucking gym street. What a simple shirt. I love it. STFU, at the corner of STFU and GTTFG. So if you're just listening, we got a street sign with a corner, STFU Ave and GTTFG Street. It's a great design. It's creative. It's simple. Go and check it out over at papaswolio.com. Man, we are getting flagged like a motherfucker, but I'm going to stay here until this internet either goes out or we're back online. So, man, I apologize for the in and out when it comes to the stream, but there's nothing I can do. It's just fluctuating today. It's got to be for the storm. So, anyway, awesome design, STFU and GTTFG. It's great. I'll meet you at the corner, and then we'll go to the fucking gym together. So, I think this is awesome. Super simple, and it's awesome, right? Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. I live on the corner. That's my house, right in the corner of STFU and GTTFG. For real. For reals. For real, though. Yeah, simple. Anyway, 20% off everything over at papaswolio.com. Fam, I won't keep you a moment longer. I appreciate the questions, but man, the internet is really getting jacked up with the storm. I thought it was supposed to rain. It said it was stopping in an hour. It keeps on getting worse. So hopefully the gym's gonna be fucking flooded, but I gotta go check on stuff outside. Fam, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Go check out last week's roundtable. Go check out all the new releases. And make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll be back tomorrow for episode 3000. Remember, tonight at 10. You can do it at midnight, but it'll be live already. Midnight to midnight, but we're going to keep it open a little bit longer. That way you guys can get some sleep and we can get some sleep in the meantime. Because we can't do it automatically. So we have to like manually turn it on and turn it off. So we have to do it at midnight. So anyway, Dennis says, gotta pay rent, man. Can't keep making amazing merch. Well, Dennis, it's good news that it's going to be here. This merch is not going anywhere. I can't wait to get my STFU design in. But even more important, this is available for one day only. Tonight, it goes live at swolenormousx.com/signature mystery design P3S11 special for episode 3000. You know, it's going to be a very, very straightforward. It's going to be a solid design for episode 3000. Stoked to have you with us. And thanks for being here. We're going to have a lot more content tomorrow. Of course, we got a lot of news and a lot of social stuff to go over. It's been an interesting weekend. Last week or two, it's been a lot. If you want to follow me and stay up to date, follow me on X at Swolenormous, and of course, everywhere else. Leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Follow the show, share with your friends, and go to the fucking gym. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGee, Deuce Magoost, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no